Good afternoon, Mid-Missouri. Thanks for joining us for another special hour-long edition of KOMU 8 News at Noon. Now, we saw quite a bit of rain this morning. We're not going to waste any time. We'll send it over to Tori at our First Alert Weather Center to see if the rain will keep up. The Missouri Department of Transportation is looking for the public's help in rebuilding Missouri's 60-year-old highways. KOMU 8's Luis Rodriguez is in the studio to tell us how you can help.
MoDOT is looking for your innovative ideas to help rebuild Missouri's highways into more than just paved roads. As part of MoDOT's Road to Tomorrow initiative, the public is encouraged to submit ideas that can generate new revenue options for transportation. Ideas already submitted include driving on solar panels, advertising on the highways, and even a concept that includes partnering with network providers to offer passengers internet while traveling on the highway.
We're looking for anybody that has any ideas. We've talked for everything from multi-million-dollar companies to somebody who has an idea that they've been developing in their basement.
We were told that the ideas are coming from all over the United States, even other countries, so don't be afraid to pitch yours. Ideas can be submitted on MoDOT's website and are due by October 31st. For more information on the project, visit KOMU.com.
Louise, thank you. MoDOT will have extra staff on hand this weekend in preparation for the first Mizzou football game of the season. The staff will be on Columbia's roads and highways to deal with emergency maintenance issues or traffic. MoDOT has been monitoring traffic signals in the area for a couple of weeks now to make sure they're working properly. The department is urging drivers to use its available tools like a traveler's map or traffic cameras you can see on its website. One MoDOT worker says there's a more simple way to prepare.
I really think the best thing to do is just to allow plenty of time for your travels. I think that always helps kind of reduce the tension and stress if you've allowed plenty of time to get where you're going.
MoDOT has also worked to spruce up the area with mowing, repainting curbs, and clearing trash from roads. As always, the department encourages fans not to drink or text while driving. Well, speaking of the game, there might be just a fewer bit of fans at Furrow Field this Saturday. KOMU 8's Allison Ross looked into a dip in the number of renewed season passes. That was Allison Ross reporting. Moeller says historically when there's a losing season, the sales go down. He says the renewal rate compares to back in 2012 when they only had about an 85% renewal rate. Columbia's group home ordinance may prevent some people with disabilities from finding an affordable place to live. A Columbia worker recently ran into this problem when she was trying to find a home for her client. Julian Walden, CEO of Boone Supported Living, said she looked for weeks for a wheelchair-accessible home for her client. According to Ordinance 29-6, group homes for those with mental and physical disabilities cannot be located within 1,000 feet of one another. Because of that ordinance, the Department of Mental Health said Walden couldn't put her client in that particular home.
I wasn't sure what to do with that, so I contacted a lobbyist that lobbies for these types of things, and she said that this was against the Fair Housing Act and I should follow up on it.
Walden said she hopes to clarify the ordinance with city officials at today's meeting at 3 o'clock. In your national news, northern Iowa is still dealing with flash flooding due to heavy rainfall. The upper Iowa River is currently past flood stage in Alamaki County. Emergency management is warning the public to brace for flooding in the next few days. They say people should be ready to move to higher ground and prepare for road closures. The area has already received 6 inches of rainfall, with more coming in the forecast. An American flag that flew at Ground Zero after the 9/11 attacks is back on display at the September 11th Museum in New York City. It disappeared for more than a decade after flying at the New York City Hall, on the USS Theodore Roosevelt, and at Yankee Stadium. The owner of the flag, Shirley Dreyfus, realized it was gone when she went to donate it to the museum. An unidentified man turned it in 2 years ago at a firehouse in Everett, Washington. Chicago recently had its deadliest August on record, and the violence continues this week. A 71-year-old man was shot yesterday while watering his lawn. Police say 2 men on bikes came up to the man and attempted to rob him. They shot the man after he refused to give them his wallet. There is still no word if the police have any suspects. Phoenix police are trying to figure out why a woman was shot and killed while driving on the freeway. Witnesses say the woman was driving Wednesday evening and was shot by someone in another vehicle. Police described the vehicle as a white work-style truck with ladder racks. One witness says there were 3 Hispanic men in the truck. According to police, the incident caused 2 collisions on the freeway. They say that they are still unsure what prompted the shooting. Washington State Police are investigating the murder of U.S. Senator Jon Tester's nephew. The body of 35-year-old Bob Tester was found Wednesday morning in his home in Spokane County. Police say Tester was sleeping with his 8-year-old daughter when someone entered the home with a sword and an axe. The 8-year-old says the suspect told her to stay in the bedroom while he killed her father. A 12-year-old South Carolina girl is recovering from a shark bite. Riley Williams was swimming at Myrtle Beach when she was bitten. She is recovering from 39 puncture wounds with 25 stitches. She is expected to make a full recovery. Last year, there were 8 people bitten by sharks off the South Carolina coast. It's been about a month since a 10-year-old boy was killed at a Kansas City water park. Coming up on KOMU 8 News at noon, what investigators are doing to find out what caused the tragic accident. But before we go, you're taking a bright, sunny look over Highway 63 in Columbia. We'll be back in a moment.